Hello everyone, welcome to GED. Today we have a Big Mac, some chicken nuggets, sweet and sour sauce, and we're talking about how developers don't listen to their communities. So guys, today I got the sweet and sour sauce because, I don't know, it felt like the right thing to do. I don't usually get sweet and sour, but let's try it out. Those typical McDonald's 5-shape chicken nuggets. All white meat. Tons of preservatives and maybe fillers, but they still taste amazing, right? I once had a friend who would only eat McDonald's chicken nuggets as opposed to every other type, but that's a story for another day. Today's story, or discussion rather, is about developers, and they just don't listen. They don't. They really don't, and you guys know this. It's crazy how much they don't listen to their communities. Primarily today, I'm going to be referencing a lot of World of Warcraft development stuff, but this kind of holds true for every game. World of Warcraft's recent expansion, Battle for Azeroth, they had, I don't know, a couple months of beta testing. And there were beta testers that literally gave feedback every day on their classes. We're talking about people that played their classes for 13 years and told the developers, this is not fun, this is not engaging, this is bad, this is a bad design choice in terms of like design, class design, or armor, or stats, or gameplay, whatever, it doesn't matter. And the development team ignored them so much, like didn't even try to communicate that they had read what they were trying to post every day, you know? Just 100% stonewalled these people. And I'm talking about lots of people too, not just like one person. And that's just, it blows the mind that they'd be so controlled by either their team leader or the people pulling the strings with the money to ignore all these things that were just making players not want to play the game. But they forged ahead and they launched it and they just threw stuff in last minute, and all the players are just kind of sitting here looking at each other like, what is going on? What is happening here? And we understand that, yeah, it's your game. You can do with it whatever you want. But ultimately, at the end of the day, the people that are playing your game are trying to make it funner for themselves. Trying to give you a reason to keep us paying your monthly subscription fees. When you ignore your entire community and your player base, good luck to you, man. Good luck to you. There's been other games that have done that and went belly up, like right after launch. Literally, they launched their game, the community hates what they didn't change, and they just go down the tubes. I feel like Blizzard Entertainment is kind of putting themselves up for failure with this new expansion. And I'm sorry I'm using them as a reference point, but when developers just don't listen, it's bad. It's really bad. Simple, core, fundamental stuff about their game that they could easily change, and they refuse to do it. Again, whether it be for monetary or time reasons. Could have been that some up and ups are like, we got to hit this deadline, and we're not listening to anyone until we reach it. And that is not how you succeed in the game industry. 100%. Guys, be sure to let me know your thoughts about this in the comments, because I'd really like to hear what you say. I'm not too impressed with McDonald's Sweet and Sour. It's very flavorless. I thought it would have more, I don't know, punch to it. And of course the first ingredient is high fructose corn syrup. Yes, alright. So next up we have this typical Big Mac. It's a flamin' mess, but it tastes good. You know, they're delicious, regardless. Two all-beef patties, special sauce, salt and sugar, more sugar, and a little bit more sugar for extra taste. Now, I don't know if all of you are up to date with the community in World of Warcraft right now, but they're angry, they're upset, they're unsubscribing, they're disappointed because it's just not what they wanted. They wanted change, they didn't want more of the same. But the devs took their route and just, I want to say, pigeonholed the community into playing what they get, you know? Game companies, when will you learn? When will you stop being so narrow-minded at your own development issues and listen to your communities? Games that succeed are games like Path of Exile and Guild Wars 2, and I'm trying to think of examples here that literally listen to their community on a day-to-day basis and change stuff based on feedback. Don't just launch games blindly and patch them blindly and be blind-eyed to what your players are saying. Companies as big as Blizzard and other companies like Activision, They could have an entire department, well, maybe at least a couple people, dedicated to purely filtering out the player feedback and assigning it to the devs at meetings and telling them what their players want and don't want. It wouldn't be very hard or monetarily impactful to them at all. Anyways, I can't say one way or the other what's going through these development companies' minds. But I do know that it has to stop. They have to listen to their communities, especially when they complain immensely about stuff and it doesn't get fixed. Guys, remember to game, eat, and discuss. Let me know what you think. I'm interested. Catch you next time.